I mean, a lot of speculation about that Dak contract. Well, he earned it today. Holy crap. Baker threw 4 touchdowns. What? Pretty good opener. And then obviously, how the hell did what? The Patriots, come on, Bengals, stop selling in week 1. And then obviously, Caleb Williams, that was insane. Either way, though, that's what you got there. Here's the play of the day. Week 1 recap starts now.
Mayfield to the air, to the end zone, to Evans for the touchdown. His second touchdown grab of the day. The 4th touchdown for Baker Mayfield.
Coming from the inside, you can see him matched up right here. And again, this is thrown to the back, to the back side.
And the kick is up, and it's going to be good from 52. Miami zeros on the clock, has 1.
And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the NFL. Of course, please like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the NFL Week 1 recap. Obviously, I will be going through every game that happened yesterday, obviously that being Sunday. 2 big things to note for these. Again, the highlights will not have sound effects and stuff. It's just my, editing software is just getting a little bit buggy. So I'll try to do it for the next recap, but probably less field goal highlights as well. So unless it's like a bomb or something, probably not going to have those. And I'm just going to try to limit some of this stuff so it doesn't, again, blow up. And again, it doesn't take 3 days for this thing to come out because I want to bring it out to you guys as quick as I obviously can. But either way, though, of course, we'll go through the injuries. I'll try to go through this as quick as possible. Obviously, nothing really crazy for, what is it called, these first couple ones. What is it called? Kenneth Walker, I think, got punched in the stomach, so that's not great. And then when we keep going up, Marshawn Lattimore, I saw him. He walked the field with an hamstring. Kendrick Bourne will not be ready until week 5. I think if you don't know that yet, that's just going to be said there. Jordan Addison did hurt his ankle in their win. Joe Noteboom, the Rams' offensive line, I'm telling you right now, is just in shambles. So we'll get to that when we get to that one at the end of the video, obviously, with the Sunday Night Football recap. But, yeah, that's not good. Either way, we keep going up. Jordan Love, obviously, we probably won't play for a couple weeks. Honestly, my guess would be back around maybe week 4 or week 5. Week 4 being very optimistic. Week 5 more realistic, obviously. And then, obviously, that's really about it. Jonah Williams did get injured, too, but he should be okay. Either way, today's updated injuries, what is it called? Bryce Hall is, of course, they're, fourth corner. He got injured pretty badly. He'll probably be back in, week 10. I hope, again, with that leg injury, it didn't look great. Shannon Wilson, who has a questionable with the MCL. I think he did miss week 1, if I'm not mistaken. Cam Johnson, I think he might be out for the season. That was really rough. Either way, we keep going up. Again, Zaire Brown for the Jets, backup linebackers injured. Gunnar Olszewski, of course, the Giants returner, is expected to be back in week 4. He injured his groin in the loss. Keep going up. Some guys for Dolphins who are injured. Obviously, they got the Thursday night game. We'll get to that, obviously, on Wednesday. Thursday, my bad. Puka Nacua, big injury here, PCL injury, which again I'm very hopeful. That's all it is. He's expected to be back week 7 after the Rams bye, which again I think is big. He's gonna be out again, was placed on IR. Honestly, this is probably the best case scenario for him in my opinion because it was not good what happened. Them get carted off at the end of it. It's gonna suck for these next couple weeks, but I really think the Rams have the obviously I'll tell you throughout the game, but I think they've got the team to do it. It's really about the O-line though. That's what I'm really concerned about, and obviously Kobe Durant, who's honestly was fantastic yesterday. But overall, again, that's what I'm concerned about. Tyson Campbell here hurt his hamstring, probably won't play in week 2, my guess. It didn't look great, and I just don't think they'll want to re-injure it there. And as we keep going up, no season ending. Nothing really season ending though, which again is really good. Teron Johnson obviously will not play in Thursday Night Football. That was an ugly play. What is it called? Derek Brown, of course, he might be out the whole season. Of course, he has a meniscus injury. That was the big one. Obviously, Jonathan Brooks, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, Brent injured his meniscus. We don't know if he'll be back. Be back really at all this season. So again, it's very concerning there. Again, we haven't gotten a true update yet, but I'll tell you guys when I get note on that. Either way, that's all I got for the injuries, guys. Let's get into our first game. Obviously, this one was a doozy. Cardinals and Bills. Let's go.
Stadium. It's the Cardinals and the Bills. Kickoff is coming up next here on CBS. Murray pumps once. Murray in trouble. Murray toward the back of the end zone. Caught. Michael Wilson inside the red zone. Allen looking to throw. He can dance as well. He's trouble, and he fumbles the football. Hit from behind, he lost it. The Raiders made 87 straight kicks inside the 30. This is a 29-yard field goal attempt. Good snap, good hold. Kick is on its way, and it is good. And the Bills are on the board. Connor powers his way to the goal line. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. Allen keeps it himself. Allen to the right. Allen to the goal line. Lowers his shoulder. He's in. Touchdown. Empty backfield. Allen toward the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Bills. Back. Collins. Pumps once. He's hit. He lost the football. It's recovered by the Bills. Rousseau knocked it long. Allen said they're good. Allen zips it to his left. Shakir dancing to the 5. Spins through the goal line. Dives forward. Touchdown, Bills. Coming. Murray dances out. He may be able to run for the first down. He does. And he makes a man miss. He gets inside Buffalo territory, and he got greedy. Dangerous player's hands. Well, here's Prater. It's a 31-yard field goal attempt with the wind, and it's good. In motion. Allen in the pocket. Allen will run it himself. He pumps. Got some daylight. Hurdles to the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. DJ Dallas. He dives to the goal line. All game long, the Bills have been doing that. Murray drops back the pass. Steps up. He trips. He goes down. He's sacked. It's reminded him of it before the ball game today. Snap, good hold. Kick is on its way, and it is good. Should have blitz. Murray to his left just throws it up for grabs, and it is incomplete. Intended for George.
And the Bills did hang on to knock off the Cardinals, obviously, in the Week 1 opener. The Bills do have a quick Thursday night. Let's go turn around back in Miami, so that'll be a flight for them, obviously, but I guess it could be worse. Either way, though, big win for them, obviously. Offensively, again, it was Josh Allen all day. We'll get to him in a minute, but again, really the biggest thing I think we thought was that this defense just didn't really look very good. The good thing is they didn't get too many big plays, but on the Cardinals side, I mean, they ran the ball really well. We got to be pretty happy with how they played, especially again going up against an injured Rams team next week. They could definitely get back to 500 if they play a really good game. But yeah, very impressive game overall for the Cardinals. Yes, again, they had some issues. Again, really no explosive play by any player really at all. And obviously, the running game wasn't super productive overall, but again, they still ran the ball, I think, pretty well to start. Obviously got up to that 17-3 lead. Bills obviously made the comeback and ended up getting the win. I went 21 of 31 for 162 yards and a touchdown. He was pretty good overall through the air. Again, he missed a couple guys over the middle. Of course, Marvin Harrison Jr., the biggest guy, only caught one pass for 4 yards. Kind of disappointing rookie debut. Obviously, wasn't all his fault, but again, you'd probably want to see more there. Again, looking at Kyler, who did have 5 rushes, 57 yards. All of those was on scrambles, maybe like 1 or 2 design runs, but that was basically it there. James Conner, not very efficient, but he did get in the end zone. Was able to get to 50 yards overall in the game. Trey Benson only got 3 carries, but he did something on that. Greg Dortch was definitely the most productive receiver. He was really good underneath. James Conner also caught a couple passes, so I guess kind of subsiding for that lack of production in the running game. Trey McBride made a couple catches, and he was just basically going up and getting the ball there. Michael Wilson had that touchdown. That was really about it. None of these receivers really played well overall. And Greg Dortch being your really don't want that. But hey, Cardinals kind of got it. Take what you get with them. Defensively, I actually didn't play as bad as you might have thought they would have. Keith Clark, their only sacks is a little bit concerning. They didn't really win it all up front. But again, looking at it overall, they did do a decent job against the run. Mack Wilson was very opportunistic overall. And again, considering the secondary didn't have too many big plays, can't really be mad about it. But it's really just the pressure that they really lack of it that really cost them this one. Matt Prater did 2 field goals as well. For the Bills, obviously Josh Allen was the guy in this game. He now tied the NFL record for most 2 rushing touchdown, 2 passing touchdown games, which again is just insane. Multi-passing and rushing touchdown games. In the same game. 4 times he's done that. And again, he went for 232 yards and 2 touchdowns. It was all Josh Allen in this game. He was extremely accurate. He might have had 1 or 2 bad throws, but again, Josh Allen was just amazing. Of course, had 2 rushing touchdowns on the ground. James Cook wasn't very efficient, but I don't think he did exactly a bad job. I just think the O-line did a great job at in terms of penetrating and really setting the edge there, but they weren't terrible. Keon Coleman had a really nice catch. Shakir obviously that rolling in touchdown. James Cook always going to be productive as a receiver. Matt Collins did have a touchdown. Dawson Knox had a nice play. Dalton Kincaid was non-existent. Mark MVS had that 1 catch. I really want to see him being a little bit more explosive downfield, but overall, Josh Allen did a lot for this offense, and they actually look pretty good overall, which again is nice to see. Defensively, they weren't great. Trinell Bernard was bad in coverage, but he did have 11 tackles. Cam Lewis wasn't very good in press. Greg Rousseau, yes, he had 3 sacks, but he really kind of just, I mean, he wasn't bad. Obviously, he was really good. He had 3 sacks, but I think he could have been better in some spots. I think some of those were cover sacks, but Greg Rousseau overall had obviously a fantastic game. 3 sacks in any game, you're gonna have to do something to get that, obviously. Jordan Williams was a little bit all over the place, but in zone he did kind of find his way towards the end of it. Von Miller had his first sack in like 2 years. Rasul Douglas, of course, was decent, but overall, again, I just don't think that Bills defense was great overall. The safeties were just completely irrelevant in the game. No, that's not Codrick Tain. Tyler Bass had 2 field goals. Looking at the overall team stats, though, the Bills obviously had 350 yards. The Cardinals only had 270. But overall, again, it came down to the running game, and both teams were pretty efficient there. The time efficient was basically the same again. Cardinals, again, Bills were able to build like a 2-score lead. That was a big part of it as well. Again, they made the 14-point comeback. Won week 1 game for the first time in a little bit at home. Obviously, what's going very great for the Bills won this because they got some tough games coming up. Cardinals, obviously, we'll see what happens with them, obviously. But, hey, good effort in week 1. Now let's get to our next game. Obviously, this being probably even wilder. Another comeback, though.
From Miami, CBS Sports presents the National Football League.
Getting the touchdown, but setting up 1st and goal.
1st and goal. ETN torpedoes in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leading the way, Robinson. 4th and 3. Out of the backfield, Achane. Blocked, knocked away. Defensive backs, 3rd down and 10. Trevor Lawrence to the air. Harris in the block to the end zone. Caught! Achane. Tungo Vailoa. Achane. And that is in a touchdown. And the kick is away, and the kick will be good. Block in the middle, time for Tua winding up, going, he's got one! Here he goes! That's a foot race! Cisco gets him from behind! ETN, big block in there by Robinson. Fumbled it, it did! Kohu jumps on it! It goes back 1st and 10 to a Tunga Vailoa. Armstead the block, and he's going deep. He's got it! Foot race! Driving! 36! Getting a block from Cleveland. Chased. Ogba couldn't get him. Chased here by Phillips. He's blocked. Here he comes the other way. No! He missed it. No wind. 92 degrees. And we are tied. Look out! Another sack. Jalen Phillips this time. And the kick is up, and it's going to be good from 52.
And the Dolphins do escape, the Battle of Florida with a W, obviously in week 1, setting up a pretty big week 2 matchup against the Bills, I guess. Obviously, though, they obviously were down by 10 for most of this game. Their offense was really doing nothing up until, again, Tyreek Hill's big play. And obviously, he was making fun of costing that one, too. Obviously, if you didn't know, the biggest story actually come out of this game was the fact that Tyreek Hill was, I guess, detained in some aspect, or really, again, just stopped and, he was basically detained by the cops, a block away from Hard Rock Stadium, obviously the Dolphin Stadium, before the game for speeding, and he wasn't really, the officers didn't really like his behavior, so they did that, and then, he scored that long touchdown, 80 yards to be exact, and, well, yeah, they, what is it called? He obviously taunted them in the end zone. Again, there's kind of an ongoing investigation going. I don't know. Tyreek Hill's kind of a guy you don't really want to mess with outside of the field, not really good off the field guy, but overall, again, it's not a great track record there, but hey, at least for good media, so can't really complain. Either way, though, obviously the Dolphins were able to win this one 20-17. I'll start off with Trevor Lawrence. He wasn't exactly bad, but he did absolutely nothing to really elevate this team at all. He didn't lose in the game. Again, overall, his pocket awareness and presence was it was non-existent, to be honest with you guys. Kind of throwing off his back foot. The touchdown was nice, but that's really about it. Tanks Bigsby was probably the best guy in this offense in this game. Yes, Travis Etienne Jr. had that touchdown, but of course he fumbled another one away, so that just kind of completely erases it. He did not look good. Gabe Davis with that, I don't even know. The big catches he had, I think he had one nice play, but none of them were really that really impactful overall. Brian Thomas Jr. of course with the 1 touchdown. Christian Kirk had a 30-yard catch. No one was really getting open consistently in this game, and I really felt that this Jags offense was just kind of like sitting there waiting for the waiting for the Dolphins to take a lead. You just can't have that happen. There's gonna be a little bit more aggressiveness. Kind of felt like honestly a worse version of what the Giants did, because they were still leading. At least try to do something. They didn't try to, but the blocking up front was actually really good overall. As again, run defense, but run blocking. They could not sustain any sort of pass blocking scheme at the end of the game. It was just a complete mess. But defensively for the Jaguars, again, it was really just speed in the secondary. They did not do a good job at all with that. Again, Darnell Savage playing against one high guy that really left a lot to be desired. Obviously, with those 2 long plays. Of course, Jalen Waddle 63-yard catch and run. And obviously, the 8-yard touchdown from holy crap, Tyreek Hill. But Darnell Savage, he didn't have a tackle, which means he probably was a lot in coverage, which he was, but he got burned a couple times. It did not work out well. Josh Johnson had some pressures. Again, Eric Armstead, the big sack. Trayvon Walker also had 2. They did a good job overall as pass rush winning one-on-one, but I just don't think they were great team-wise overall. I think, again, they could have schematically done a little bit of a better job. Ronald Darby was really good, though, over the top, again, except that one play, but I'm not going to be mad at them. They were basically asking him to do a lot there. The linebackers were very efficient at rattling up tackles, really helped with that run defense, but, again, they were able to set the edge pretty well overall. Again, they've just kind of fell apart at the end of the game, but they weren't. They should have won this game. The Jaguars' defense was definitely good enough. It was just this offense kind of just was waiting to lose. So when that happens, or it wasn't that they weren't playing to lose or trying not to lose. They were basically playing not to lose. And again, that's just not going to win you any games. Tua, I mean, 338 touchdown. I mean, it was all over the place for most of the game. He was running a little bit too, but hey, when you give a guy like that contract, you just kind of got to accept what he's going to do, and well, it worked out. Jeff Wilson Jr. was definitely the most dynamic runner. Devon A-Chain, probably the worst yards per carry you're going to ever see out of him. Only one, but he did have a touchdown. Raheem Mostert, it wasn't his day. Tua had one nice run, though. Obviously, Tyreek Hill with the 80-yard touchdown. Outside that, though, they held him in check really well. Jalen Waddle, again, same type of thing. 63-yard catch. Outside that, they did hold him in check. Devon A-Chain was obviously really out of the backfield, though, so you're going to kind of just, take, again, whatever this was. Raheem Mostert, though, had a couple nice catches as well. Overall, this Dolphins offense really wasn't in any sort of rhythm. Again, kind of just, made it happen at the end of the game. And again, really helped that their defense stepped up, too. And speaking of that defense, Jalen Phillips is just a monster. He had maybe not 12 pressures. He had at least 6 pressures in the first. No, yeah, overall in 6 quarters. I do not know who Storm Duck is, but that's the best name in the NFL. Emmanuel Ogbah's back. He had 4 tackles and a sack. Calais Campbell had 3 tackles and a sack. All of those were really nice tackles as well. The run defense was really supported by him. Jordan Poyer did a good job wrapping up the overall. Didn't give up too many big plays. Really, the only issues I had was Kendall Fuller again, kind of getting adjusted to the boundary. He was playing a lot of snaps against Christian Kirk though. Jalen Ramsey played too, kind of non-existent in this game. You didn't really see too much of him, but that's usually what you're gonna get at him. So yeah, you kind of just gotta accept it. I would have liked to see him be a little bit more. What is going into it, but whatever. He's the best corner in the game, in my opinion. It's a good thing when he doesn't get targeted that much. Jason Sanders, again, he shanked that one field, but he made it up for the 50-yard game winner. Now 8 of 8 in the fourth quarter, stretch overtime, game-winning field goal attempts. Again, the Dolphins still hit 420 yards of offense, which you're always going to like there. Only one turnover. It's kind of weird there. The Dolphins actually had the ball for longer. Again, they just possessed it better. Obviously, the third down efficiency was the biggest part. Only 20% to 50%. Yeah, you're probably going to win the game like that. Obviously, the sacks, both O-lines had their struggles there overall, but against week 1. Yards play went to the Dolphins. Rushing yards they go to the Jaguars. They actually, again, did a better job up front there. Either way, though, the Jags, fall in week 1. They're going to probably have a must-win game in a lot of ways against the Browns next week, and they don't want to fall to 0-2. But that is all I got for this one, guys. Now let's get into our next game. Obviously, this was a stunner. Here we go.
It's NFL kickoff weekend from Cincinnati. The Patriots. Brissett gets out of the pocket. Oh, takes a big hit. 32-yard kick for Sly. He's got it. For Berenguer to try to pin the Bengals back. Jones from the 10. 54-yard kick. The ball pops free. In high school in Stafford, Virginia. 35-yard attempt. Sly connects to go on the 3rd. Burrow delivers the hands.
I don't think he got there.
Yosivas. It's a handoff to Zach Moss. Takes it in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. It's 35 yards. The 37-yarder is good. Badly. 51-yarder. McPherson. He knocks it through. Yards on the ground with a touchdown. Stevenson. Still going. First down. Ramondre Stevenson. Motion man Hudson. The throw caught. Hudson lost the ball. 3rd and goal for the Patriots. First play of the 2nd quarter. Running play. It's Stevenson. Touchdown.
And the upset of the week does go to the Patriots, who, of course, eliminated the Bengals. Obviously, the eliminated pick, who, of course, was my pick. I didn't think they were going to lose, but I guess their week 2 early season struggles continue for the 3rd straight year. And yes, the Patriots, but really just abused them overall, especially up front. I mean, that Bengals defensive line, again, they were probably last year stopping the run, well, big time this year. And that offense just didn't look good at all, like the whole game. It wasn't that they didn't move the ball per se, it was just, again, the overall, again, in the red zone, just in the physicality. And again, you look at that, and we'll take the next game, like, damn, they'd really like to have Joe Mixon, though, to be honest with you. Jacoby Brissett didn't lose them the game, but, I mean, you're not going to win every game when he puts up this type of stat line. But, hey, whatever gets it done. Reminder, Stevenson was amazing. 25 carries, 120 yards, touchdown. Just straight up ran the ball up the gut and, well, it did whatever the hell he could and he won the game. And receiving-wise, I mean, Austin Hooper got open pretty consistently, but outside of that, I mean, no one was really a big factor there. When it came down to it, they just ran the ball and called it a day. Defensively, I mean, they were super opportunistic. Again, when it comes down to it, they did give up some pretty, big plays over the middle, but it didn't really matter because, again, overall, those linebackers were very rangy there, and the safeties just didn't give anything over the top. They weren't going to let it happen, especially with, obviously, Jamar Chase. And the corner, Christian Gonzalez was great. They did a very good job tackling. They had like 1 or 2 missed tackles at most. Keanu White had 2.5 sacks. He was really good from that 3-tech spot. Honestly, him taking over for Christian Barmore, I don't think that'll be too much concern in terms of the pass rush-wise. Yes, the run defense is going to be a little bit of an issue, I think, later in the season, but when it comes down to it, they played really well this week, and again, yeah, that's all they really needed to win. Joey Slaughter with 3 field goals, maybe he can be their starting kicker for a while. Joe Burrow wasn't great overall. I don't think he, again, read out plays super duper well, and in the pocket, just didn't see that same, mobility and presence that we're used to seeing, and that poise also wasn't there. Probably week 1 things, but yeah, I'd like to see Joe Burrow be a little more comfortable. Also, not having T. Higgins was, I think, a big part of it as well. They only ran the ball, 15 times. You got to run the ball more, guys. Like, I get you want to throw the ball all the time, but, like, again, playing Kansas City next week, you're going to fall 0-2 if you can't run the ball. Obviously, the Patriots, we're playing Seattle next week. That'll be a very interesting game. I expect them to lose, but hell, if they can play like this again, maybe you really never know. Jamar Chase obviously catches 60 yards. He was still pretty effective, but like overall, again, just completely taken out in terms of his deep range. Obviously, Mike Gesicki almost had an amazing touchdown, but that's really about it for this offense. No one really stepped up at all. Obviously, Honor Easevice made a couple plays, but like you can't ask that much out of him. And then defensively, I mean, Logan Wilson was all over the place. Dax Hill got absolutely destroyed up front, but he was basically playing the box. Again, they didn't really throw him deep at all. He did have a nice sack though. Cam Taylor breakout also moved a lot. Jim Rainford had one of his worst games of his career in terms of, again, fitting the run overall. I think if he was a little bit better, they would have honestly won this game. Von Bell was decent overall. Geno Stone did a very good job in coverage. Sam Hubbard wasn't able to set the edge at all. Mike Hilton did do a decent job not getting out leverage. Trey Anderson was okay, I guess, just got taken out of the game as a pass rusher. And again, Evan McPherson did a field goal. But overall, again, when it comes down to it for this Bengals team, they just got moved up front. And I mean, the Patriots still outgained them. Like, they, again, 170 to 70 rushing yards. You're not going to win a game, so when that does happen. Obviously, time possession was in the Patriots' favor. Again, 2 big fumbles, obviously, the Bengals, too. Like, that's inexcusable. But really, the biggest thing, again, can this Bengals team play physical? Because if they can't do that, they're going to have a tough time against some of these better teams. Because, yes, the Patriots are honestly probably a top 10 teams in terms of physicality. I really expect this a lot out of them in the future. Again, I think this is their identity. But the Bengals at least have to be able to match this in some form. Because if they're not able to do that, they're going to run into problems. I'm not saying, obviously, it's not even rasped for them, obviously. It's one game, but you got to be better overall. Again, offensively, again, just stinker, but you got to be better there. That's all I got for the Bengals and Patriots game. I mean, again, it's kind of straightforward in a lot of ways for you guys. It's week 1. It's only 1 game. But that is all I got there. Now let's get into our next one. Obviously, this one was really fun.
What a great quarterback matchup we have here in Indianapolis. Richardson, 3-step drop, throws incomplete. Looking for Mitchell over his head. 3rd and 13. Pressure's coming. Stroud in trouble. Stroud steps up. He's going to run it himself across midfield, and it looks like he's going to get the first down. Hard attempt for Fairbairn. And his kick is good. Pressure's coming. Richardson slips. Now he's airing it out deep down the field for Pierce. Pierce, touchdown! What a throw!
Back into the quarterback's lap.
A 50-yard attempt for Fairbairn. Already good from 51, and he's got another 50-yarder up. Play action for Stroud. He's going to take a deep shot down the field. Nico Collins is there. He goes up, and he's got it. Stroud on the slant. He's got Diggs, who's got a touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown as a member of the Houston Texans. Stroud, pressure coming. He is sacked. DeForest Buckner brings him down.
fifth play of the drive for the Colts. Richardson fires, and it's intercepted. Picked off on the play by Caleb Bullock. Run this second down and 10 to Mixon. We just want to revisit as Mixon goes up high. The end of that. Out of the hold of Tommy Townsend. And Fairbairn, he's good. Blitz rate in the NFL last year, but they send the pressure here and they come up with a big play. And now a block. Puddle is blocked by Alubi. So first and goal for Indianapolis. Taylor up the middle. Taylor, touchdown. Mixon, head of steam, running left, takes it in for a touchdown. Richardson over the middle, caught by Ashton Doolin. He's got room to run. Doolin at the 10, 5, touchdown. 8 yards in the end zone. Fourth and goal, Stroud throws, caught, touchdown. Stephon Diggs. 15. Richardson has time, loads up, going deep. Pierce is down there, and it is caught by Pierce. Not kicked, but they huddle up. Play clock at 3. Richardson on fourth and goal takes off. Is he going to get there? Fighting his way, and he's in for a touchdown. 3rd and 11. Stroud fires, and it is broken up by Jones, but on the sideline, Collins may have caught it.
All right, and our AFC South showdown did end in the Texans side. Of course, they took care of business when it came down to it. Obviously, building that 9-point lead late was a big part of it as well. Again, going for that first down also, of course, clinched them the game. This one was really fun overall, though. A lot of big plays, a lot of bad defense, a lot of good defense at other points, too. But I think it was just getting a lot of discombobulated in week 1, what the hell type of things. But, hey, when it came down to the Texans just were a better team, and yeah, they showed it. And thank God, because, I mean, I already got the Bengals one wrong. I don't want to get this one wrong either. Obviously, though, this is my Super Bowl pick. They got off the right foot. CJ Stroud, normal type of stuff. I don't think he was as good overall when it came to, again, going through his progressions. He did miss some reads at times, but came down to 24, 32, 34, 2 touchdowns. You're never going to get mad at that. Joe Mixon, though, workhorse in week 1. Probably don't want to see this every week for him, but I'm not complaining. For fantasy, 5.3, 159 touchdown, but running over guys in 30 carries. You're never going to complain about it, obviously. David Pierce getting a little bit more of a workload would be nice to kind of balance that out, because, I mean, Joe Mixon's legs are going to fall off by week 8 if this continues. But he was actually a big part of this offense. I think he's very underrated, and that's kind of why I picked him up in fantasy. Nico Collins obviously had made some mass plays. He continues to dominate the Colts. Past 3 times he's played the Colts, he has like over 3. Like, it's ridiculous. He's so many yards against them. Of course, he made that 55-yard catch. Really good play there. Tank Dell made a couple plays. Yeah, he got open a lot more. I think those crossing routes were a big part of it as well. But overall, again, I think, again, he didn't do a great job, but I think, again, he got to open a little bit more. And I think him and CJ Stroud definitely are going to be at a better page next week, of course. They will be playing, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to play on Sunday night against the Bears at home opener. That should be a great game. Well, we'll see. Maybe they can really step up. Stephon Diggs, 6 catches, 33 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kind of inflated because of those touchdowns, but he did an okay job overall in his first game as a Texan. Him and CJ Stroud really weren't on the same page the entire game, but it was okay overall. Dalton Schultz was also a pretty good underneath blanket guy, and again, Joe Mixon just... I mean, yeah, he had to add a couple touches there. Derek Stingley Jr. was a menace in this one. Again, he had some plays where I think, again, he wasn't exactly really in it, but he was getting good over the top. That one touchdown wasn't really his fault. He wasn't really even there either. But yeah, Derek Stingley did do a good job, man. Henry Tua was kind of bad, but I mean, he definitely did a good job. What is it called? With the gap integrity. For Fatukasi, obviously, a nice sack. Miro Jr. also had a sack. So the interior penetration was a big impact in this one. Kellen Bullock also had an interception. I will say that this though, Daniel Hunter didn't have kind of an underwhelming debut. What is it called? Bernard Raymond did do a really good job against him. Will Anderson as well. He did decent. Again, I think he got a couple pressures, right, if I'm not mistaken. But I think he could definitely have done a little bit of a better job. Again, Azeez Al-Shire, Jimmy Ward both had pretty underwhelming games. Jalen Petrie really struggled in coverage. Kyler McFerrin also had 3 field goals, which was a big part of the game as well. Now it's up for Big Tony. I mean, he averaged, yards per attempt. He averaged over like 20 or something. No, over 10, which is again ridiculous. Of course, he had the 54-yard touchdown on that bullet of a missile, and obviously the bomb for the 60-yard touchdown as well. I mean, this is stuff that AR is going to do. Again, he had the terrible interception, but I mean, this is what you're going to take with him. Obviously, he was a little all over the place, but again, if this offense be a little bit more balanced, that would be nice. Jonathan Taylor, again, really struggled to get anything going, but he did have the touchdown. Anthony Richardson obviously ran one in. Alec Pierce getting that long touchdown also made an insane catch on just what the hell type of throw from Anthony Richardson. Ashton Dolan, obviously the 54-yard touchdown. Michael Pittman Jr. wasn't productive at all, and Adonai Mitchell again. The biggest thing there, Anthony Richardson missed him for 2 touchdowns. So that probably would have won them this game, but hey, it's one game. Go to Green Bay next week, which game I think again they'll be able to bounce back in. Then defensively again, Julian Blackmon 13 tackles. He was again just really their entire run defense, and it wasn't he was exactly good, but in the open field he basically saved a couple touchdowns. Nick Cross really struggled over the top, but again, I think he got saved by a couple of CJ Stroud just kind of missing some of those reads. DeForest Buckner, 6 tackles, 1.5 sacks. He had a really good week 1. Kwity Paye also was pretty good. Did have a sack. It was kind of the result of Taquan Lewis, who had a lot of pressure. Zaire Franklin was also pretty good as a blitzer, run support, 8 tackles. Jalen Jones actually did a really good job in his first time as getting a true starter. Did have 9 tackles in overall. Again, I think he did a really good job in man. Again, especially in those what is called inside leverage plays. But again, it was really just sucked that one last play there. Either way, though, team stats. Colts, what is called Texans had over 400 yards. Again, Colts were able to get over 300. 40 to 20 minutes possession. You can't really win many games when that's the issue. It's really the third down. The Colts really struggled there. Again, the Texans went 7-14. Colts did go 5-10, which again is pretty good overall. But again, the Texans would possess the ball more. Over 200 yards rushing was a big part of that as well. They can continue to play like that. Hey, maybe they can get wins with some bully ball as well. I like the versatility though. Showing the Texans have a different side of them. Again, defensively also looked pretty good. Again, the pass rush is a little bit underwhelming from the outside, but the interior really stepped up and got them this win. That is all I got for the Texans Colts, guys. Now let's get to our order of 5 games. First one was of course Caleb Williams' debut.
Love the buzz for week 1 in Chicago. 2 young quarterbacks with plenty of talent around them trying to steer their franchises back to prominence.
It's in the backfield.
Williams under pressure. That is a big man chasing him. And Williams unable to get away from Sebastian Joseph. Pound rookie, 21 years old. He's out there blocking for another good Tony Pollard run. And Pollard is gone. Titans strike first. Jones, this has been a problem for him in his career. And that one was coming right to Tennessee. Let's see what the ruling is. You saw the full streak. They'll officially mark this as a 40-yarder, so this will not contribute to it. But just as he did last season. Pressure coming. Levis throws it. What a catch! It is Chigo Kokwo. Williams slings it, looking for more. Pumped into the air. It is caught by Odudze. He lost the ball, and then it's recovered by Chicago.
The goal, 3 straight passes. Scratch my head a little bit, but at least they get a field goal.
Cairo Santos. Stonehouse with pressure. A block. It's scooped up by the Bears. Back the other way. Jonathan Owens. Touchdown, Chicago. Santos from 50. One of the best kickers in the NFL. Here it comes. Great blitz pickup by Spears, but that gets knocked away from Levis by Darrell Taylor. Loose ball. Santos to try to make it a 1-point game. A little bit of hook picks. Here they come. Gordon's coming. Levis gets wrapped up. Flakes it ahead. It's picked off. Tyreek Stevenson will give the Bears the lead on another defensive play. They need to get to midfield. Levis off the back foot. Floats it up for Boyd. It is picked off. Jalen Johnson seals the deal.
Celebrate, we will.
And the Bears somehow, someway were able to knock off the Titans. Obviously, another comeback. They were down 17-0 at some point. I think it was like middle of second quarter. And they were able to come back. And it was not because of Caleb Williams. He was, to say the least, terrible. Like, really bad in this game. He looked like, I don't even know. He looked like a lost puppy in this one. I mean, maybe not like that, but like, holy crap, he was just, like, boom, like, just so bad. Either way, though, I guess we'll start with the Titans. Again, they have to go to play the Jets next week, and at this point, I haven't seen them play yet, so who the hell knows what they're going to look like, but my guess that's going to be a tougher game for them. It is the home opener, though, but overall, when it came down to it, this is kind of a disappointing loss. Will Levis kind of fumbled the game away, literally. Of course, that one fumble, we'll talk about Darrell Taylor later, but that was a big part of it. Again, he also threw that terrible pick. That was like Carson Wentz-esque, so I guess they got a taste of their own medicine from like 3 years ago, but when it came down to it, Will Levis, those 2 interceptions were just really bad. He was pretty good, though, outside of that. I mean, he didn't really, like, take any big chances, again, outside of that. He also missed some throws, though, kind of in, like, a lackluster, what is it called? disappointing debut overall. We'll see if he can bounce back next week. But yeah, that was not fun to watch. Tony Pollard has to be outside that 26-yard touchdown run early. Didn't really do too much, but he was still pretty efficient. Tyler Spears getting 4 carries is a little bit of a crime. Calvin really got open a lot. Again, didn't really put on many good routes. I feel this is going to be a repeat of what they did with the Jaguars last year, but we'll see. Tyler Boyd was decent as a slot option, but yeah, that's probably as far as it goes. Jalen Hopkins did not look healthy, and Terrell Burks did have a couple decent routes, but again, it doesn't really matter. So yeah. Cheers to Conklin with a nice touchdown, obviously, but outside of that kind of was a non-factor. And the Titans' offense overall, outside of that first quarter, just didn't really look great. Defensively, obviously, they had a pretty darn good game overall. The pressure was really not consistent, and they didn't really win a ton. Harold Landry did a lot better with his efficiency this week, I'll tell you that, though. But when it came down, they just weren't really getting too much penetration. The secondary, though, was just really freaking good. Yes, Kale made some bad throws, but the Titans' defensive coordinator did a really good job at disguising those coverages. They even ran some simulated pressures at the time, which I was kind of surprised by because the Titans just aren't a team that really do that. But the guy like Ernest Jones, they were able to do that pretty efficiently. Jack Gibbons came in and did just a really good job. And I'm on my expectations for this Titans defense. They played really well today. Obviously, they really didn't deserve to lose. But hey, when you turn over the ball, what was it, 4 times? That's usually what happens. Again, when I talk about Caleb Williams, he missed a lot of throws. He passed up open pockets. Should I run? Should I not run? It was just a complete mess. Hobich is chalking up for a bad rookie debut, but they play like this against Texans. They're gonna get their butts just stomped. Running game was awful too. The O-line just was not very good in this one. They did sustain blocks though in terms of what is called pass protection. It wasn't like Caleb Williams was getting ran back, but they really struggled in terms of the run. What is called getting that running game going. Receiving wise, it wasn't the guys weren't really getting open. They just weren't on the same page as Caleb, to be honest with you. And he also kind of ran off the routes a little bit too. It was very weird. But yeah, that offense again. Shane Walton. They had some work to do. Defensively though, you can't complain. T.J. Edwards was all over the place. Dale Taylor, he's defensive player of the year at this point. He had at least 8 pressures. It was crazy. Of course, it was 2 sacks, 8 tackles. Every single play he got to KO. He got to Will Levis in some form. Obviously, Jaquan Brisker was really good in that box position. I would even say that Kevin Byard did a good job, even if he wasn't really, affecting the play that much. He just was in his zone and made it really hard for Will Levis to throw deep. And speaking of that, yes, Tyreek Stevenson gave up, a couple big plays here and there, but again, he had the game-winning pick 6, and obviously, huge plays outside that. Gervon Dexter, Sr., he has, 3 pass rush moves in the interior that are really hard to stop. Jalen Johnson was obviously the game-clinching interception. Of course, Carol Sanders was a big part, of course, of those 3 big field goals. But, yeah, again, Montez Sweat getting all that attention, I think, really helped with his defense. And you got to watch out for them in the future because they're really, really good. And again, I just want to say Darrell Taylor because I really think he's going to break out this year. That was really, really, really good game by him. And yeah, this defense is really good. So yeah, they had their moments at times, but again, they play like this the rest of the season. Of course, the block punt touchdown by Jonathan Owens, obviously, and obviously the pick 6 too. 2 defensive touchdowns. Yeah, that's going to go a long way. Team stats. Yeah, the Titans turned over 3 times, more like 4 times. But yeah, obviously, the Titans had the ball longer. They definitely possessed it better. Again, on 3rd down, they weren't good, but they were better than the Bears. And yeah, the Bears, it comes down to they just got to run the ball better and don't be as bad as you were offensively. But hey, you got the win. Caleb Williams is the first rookie, what's called number 1 pick. I think even rookie at some, first number 1 pick to get a win. What is the starting quarterback since 2002? Or yeah, with David Carr, I think it was. Obviously, his career didn't turn out that well, but hey, maybe Caleb turns out a little better. That's all I got for this one, guys. Now let's get into our next one, which was just, the next 2 of these games are just disgrace.
The New York Giants' 100th anniversary season. They take the field here at MetLife Stadium, getting set to host the...
2nd down and 9. Darnold pressured by Dexter Lawrence. Down he goes. 16. This is C.J. Ham, the fullback, had the ball knocked loose.
Doubling that, and then Daniel Jones not forcing the issue.
Here's Jones, cuts to the outside, and Aaron Jones is in for a Vikings touchdown.
Smile on my face over here.
Good start for your former club. As Darnold airs it out, Jefferson has it. 4th down and 2 for the Vikings. Darnold throws.
Too easy.
It is caught for a touchdown by Jefferson. 11. Jones steps up, wrapped up, and is sacked for the 2nd time. Darnold, pump fake, throws, end zone, touchdown. Jalen Naylor.
And that's because they've been playing deep half the whole time.
Jones escapes initially, and now is brought down. Gillen places it down. Gano from 50.
tough for the Giants offensively.
Bucs formation to the right. Oh, wow!
Kinkle, touchdown! Wow!
4th and 8. Jones fires, picked off in the end zone. Harrison Smith.
And this game was a blowout, and yeah, the Giants are, I mean, I don't know why you just don't bench Daniel Jones at this point. This was about as, like, lifeless as a performance as you can get. I mean, the Giants didn't even try to move the football. It was just like, yeah, we'll do our thing, and it obviously didn't work out. And, I mean, I hope it obviously doesn't work out next week, too, against the Commanders, but they're playing the worst defense in the league, so maybe they're not that bad. That was kind of a rant there, but I mean, guys, the Giants, I mean, they're so toast. I mean, we kind of expected this. I'm kind of mad I picked them, though. I'm like, maybe the Vikings kind of just, like, sell. But, yeah, the Giants just suck. So, I guess I'm wrong. More obviously on Daniel Jones later. But either way, Vikings offensively, Sam Darnold wasn't exactly great. I mean, he had a lot of open receivers most of the game. The Giants secondary was not good in this game. Of course, he did go 19-24, though, for 208 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception. The interception was just kind of like a BS play, but hey, he did get pressured, though. I will say this. The Giants, we'll get to the Giants after later. I'll stop talking one there. Aaron Jones had a nice touchdown, 94 yards on the total. Again, he didn't really get touched most of the game, just kind of ran around and did his thing. Justin Jefferson wasn't actually too great in this one. I'll tell you that. He wasn't creating as much separation as you thought. Obviously, that long, like 44, I think, yard, 43, something like that, yard catch downfield. Had the touchdown, 2 on 4th down. Jordan Addison got injured, but hoping he can be okay. Josh Oliver actually was pretty fantastic as a blocker in this one. Jalen Naylor also caught a touchdown. So, hey, a lot of good stuff for this what is called Vikings offense. But, yeah, they're going to have to definitely step it up next week because they're playing the Niners. So, I mean, unless the Niners kind of suck, I mean, I expect this next week game's going to be really tough. Alright, defensively, I mean, there's really nothing to say because they weren't really going to push at all. They got a lot of pressure. I mean, it was, like, literally the entire just defense, like, pushing up. Or it's just blown blocking assignments. I mean, like, Patrick Jones, he had 1 sack where he just ran right at Daniel Jones and just knocked them over. It was pretty bad. Andrew Van Ginkel is probably the most underrated player in the league. He makes so many plays in any play, obviously. He had the pick 6, he had the sack, he had the 14. Like, you can't overstate how much value this guy provides for your team. Harrison Phillips was also good. I mean, everyone got a sack, guys. It was just like a feasting party for this defense. I mean, it was crazy. And even Blake Cashman, I don't think he allowed a completion. It was crazy. On the other side, though, for the Giants, I mean, again, like I said, they didn't even try to do anything. And, like, when it comes down to it, that's probably, like, the worst thing about it. They did not move the football, like, whatsoever. They didn't try to do anything. And when it comes down to it, you're just not going to win games when that happens. Like, the Vikings defense didn't have to do anything. Obviously, Daniel Jones had 2 picks. I mean, the second one was just ridiculous. That was just an awful throw. Obviously, the pick 6, I mean, like, whatever, I guess, because it was just insane. But, yeah, Daniel Jones is just probably the worst quarterback in the league. It's just so bad. Honestly, because the next guy we're going to talk about later, but I'm like, holy crap. Not good game. Running game was bad. Receivers sucked. I mean, Louis Neighbors is awesome, I guess, but, like, get him out of here, I guess. Defensively, there were good parts, and then there was the secondary. Tyler Newbin was, like, the only guy even trying to tackle. The pressure was Dexter Lawrence. Brian Burns had an underwhelming debut. He did get some pressure, though. Robbie Okereke was okay. Of course, he forced the fumble. Kayvon Thibodeau was just not in the game. Like, he just wasn't there, I guess. Dan Bellin actually tried. Ezekiel Ojulari, I think, had 1 pressure, but yeah, it was just a terrible game by this team overall. Graham Gano had 2 field goals, though, so that was cool. Yeah. Obviously, though, yardage-wise, I mean, the Vikings outgained them by a decent amount. Nothing crazy, I guess, to, like, garbage time. Giants had the ball more. But, yeah, that's all I got for this game. Don't want to talk about it any more than I have to. And I don't want to talk about this next game either because, yeah, you thought Daniel Jones played bad? Well, oof. Wait for what Bryce Young has to tell you.
It starts where it all ends. The Superdome has the Super Bowl 5 months from now. Top of your screen. They need 4. In the pocket, Carr going deep. Rasheed, he's got him. Shaheed, he's into the end zone. And Young is throwing on 1st down. To the ground, ruled an interception by Will Harris.
This Carolina team that just got here after the initial cuts.
Came over from Seattle. Blake Grupe from 57. Carr rolling.
Watch Landon sneaking out.
He throws. Touchdown. Held on to.
Last year, but they still were a top defense in the league.
Blake Grupe from the pitch. Jonathan Mingo from his receivers. The ball's out. And there's a scramble for it.
Ball in harm's way, and that's great ball placement by a quarterback who sees the defense.
It's Grupe again, this time from blitzes up. And the 23. Young on the move and overthrown again. Jordan Howden hangs on for the interception. I mean, as much as Kamara's carried it down here, they give it to him and he stands up into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. On fourth down, Young. Can he get to the end zone? Yes. Ball came out. He may have crossed the plane. He's having a big day. 39-yarder. He's already hit his career best from 57. Blake Grupe. The pitch. Williams to the end zone, and that's a Saints touchdown. You and me
close. I mean, guys, like, what? Jesus. The Panthers are never going to get better. Like, holy crap, they're so bad. They're going to get blown out by the Chargers next week, too. Like, oh, God. I mean, the Saints, they look nice, but, I mean, Dallas is going to be their big test, I guess. But, yeah, Jesus, holy crap. This game was rough. Bryce Young, he had, like, 8 bad, like, really bad throws. The interceptions were just, holy crap. He can't see over his own line. He scrambles like he's still, like he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. That touchdown wasn't the funniest touchdown ever. I'll at least give him that. But, yeah, oh, my God. He's so bad. Just start and you don't already. Like, oh, God, this is just a mess. Like, it wasn't exact. I don't even think it was Dave Canales' fault either, because he was getting the receivers open. The O-line, yes, they didn't really block well at all, but, like, they at least gave him some sort of options. Like, Bryce, you got to at least make these plays, bro. Like, what the hell was that? Like, actually, he was so bad. I'm actually kind of, like, pissed right now, too. The running game was bad, but, like, it wasn't, like, honestly, the O-line wasn't exactly the biggest problem. I think they did have some decent holes once in a while. Chuba Hubbard just didn't really hit the holes, and Miles Sanders just, I don't think, got the best opportunities either, but yeah, it was just a mess offensive to this team. I mean, they got down by so much, so really, like, I really know what you'd expect. This is just a terrible team, guys. Oh, my God. Defensively, though, Michael Jackson, he was touching other guys a lot. Pause, but no diddy. But either way, yeah, Michael Jackson, he did his thing. After that, this defense was non-existent. It wasn't the fact they were actually, I'm not going to completely blame it on them. They were, like, on the field, like, the whole game. But, yeah, not good defense. Obviously, losing your best defensive player, your best player on the entire team, to be honest with you, really sucks. But, like, I mean, J.C. Horn didn't even do anything either. For the Saints, I mean, yeah, Derek Carr, 3 touchdowns. I mean, I'm not going to really judge this. I mean, you beat up the Panthers, like, good for you, I guess. Like, you're playing an even worse version than the team you played last year, obviously in Week 14. Alvin Kamara, big fantasy week for me. Thank God. He actually looked pretty good. I mean, it was because it was against the Panthers, but still, I'm taking that for, like, obviously good. Jamal Williams still isn't very efficient, but he gets in the end zone, boys. Sharks those touchdowns away. Rashid Shaheed got a 59 touchdown to start the game off. Foster Morelos caught a touchdown on a really dumb throw by Derek Carr, but hey, if you're playing the Panthers, you can make those plays. Juwan Johnson also caught a touchdown. I mean, offensively, it was just kind of like, what the heck? You know, do whatever you want. Chris Olave, I don't think he played after the first quarter. They kind of just said, like, you don't need to be out there. So, yeah. Defensively, though, Alontae Taylor, I mean, 3 sacks from a cornerback. I mean, you don't even see that from some, like, edge rushers, actually a guy like Lorenzo Carter, obviously in the Falcons. So, yeah, I mean, great job from you. Paulson Adebo, I mean, great job for you. Obviously, Tyrann Mathieu, yeah, good job. Yeah, this whole defense gets a good job. Again, losing maybe Marshall Lattimore doesn't play. Jordan Howden, probably the easiest interception he'll ever have. I mean, yeah, great game by the Saints. I mean, Blake Grupe got like 80 fantasy points. I mean, yeah, great game, I guess. Panthers couldn't get to 200 yards. Saints, I mean, they kind of gave up at some point. They still had the ball for like 80% of the game. 3-1 turnover ratio kind of was the difference. I don't want to talk about this any more than I have to. This game was just a complete like butt whooping. And yeah, the Panthers suck. And yeah, you'll see that reflected in what is called overall power rankings. That's all I got for this though. Let's get to our first national game. Obviously, that was the Steelers and Falcons.
Cousins, who signed a 4-year, $180 million deal with Atlanta in the offseason. He'll make his Falcons debut in less than an hour here on Fox.
Coming off a 32 of 37 season, and he begins this year. Boswell drills it straight away and keeps on doing it. Back-to-back passes on this drive. Cousins scans over the middle and picked off. It is Deshaun Elliott.
And pick up that same gain they got on the ground, but give him an opportunity to put the ball in the air.
Boswell hit from 57 earlier. He hits from 51 here. First down and 10 to the 22. Another first down throw. Cousins hit as he throws. Up for grabs, and it is by Ray McCloud. Cousins, first read taken away. Left side, he throws. Wide open pass. Touchdown Atlanta. Field sets up. Let's lets it fly. Pickens down there at field goal range has a chip shot compared to what he's done so far to this. It's perfect. And miscommunication there in the timing. It deflected off of the motion man, and TJ Watt's on top of it.
This is a veteran who's played at a Pro Bowl level for a long time.
Boswell again, long range from 56. It is his third make of the day. Justin Fields back to work. They look to throw on first down. Taking a shot. He wants Pickens. He's got him.
There are some positives to take, even though, as you heard Pam say at the half, Mike Tomlin said, we got to score touchdowns.
Boswell stays locked in. He's
a big-time play by Jesse Bates, the safety, their leading tackler a year ago.
They try to sink it, and he does not get there.
He just fell down.
Falcons went over the top of basically 7. Cousins from a collapsing pocket throws an interception. Dante Jackson. The Vikings beat the Giants. Chris Boswell looking for his 6th make of the day, and he's got it. 60 yards of offense for the Falcons since halftime, and Cousins is sacked. Guess who? TJ Watt putting an exclamation on this one.
The irony in the NFL right now is just, it's insane. I mean, look at the Steelers, guys. I don't care they had Russell Wilson. They didn't even score a freaking touchdown, and they beat the Falcons. Now my Rams playing the second best team in the NFL, in my opinion, right now. Just completely outplay them, and then obviously, like, without an offensive line, they still lose. Like, what the hell? But the Steelers are, again, this is what they do. They completely F the game up. Whatever the hell it was supposed to be on paper, it's not going to be that. The Steelers are going to decide how you guys play. And that's going to be by just like a complete mess. It's like unwatchable football. It's so bad. But they still find a way to frickin' win games. And you can't do anything about it. Because, I mean, like, the Falcons, they were terrible in this game. There's no other than it. But, I mean, like, Jesus. Justin Fields, he had a couple deep balls to George Pickens. That's really all he did, though. He did a decent job on the ground, too. Didn't really lose in the game, but, like, yeah, this wasn't a great game by the Steelers' offense. They were terrible. They didn't move the ball, though. Again, Najee Harris, 20 carries, 70 yards. Hurdled the ball a little bit, too. Jalen Warren, I think, got injured, something like that. George Pickens, overall, is probably their only, like, dynamic offensive player in this game. So, I mean, they didn't move the ball. You can't deny that. But what you can deny is the fact that, I mean, well, they did what they wanted to do. They ran the football, like, 40 times, which, honestly, they kind of needed to do to win football games. But, yeah, they didn't score a touchdown. When that happens, like, you should never win a football game. But, I mean, like, hell, Chris Boswell says so. So, yeah, 6 field goals. Holy crap. He got even more than me. He like, tripled up, like, Group B. Either way, though. Steelers defense was ridiculous. They were really, really good in this one. I mean, at some points, I'm like, what the hell are the Falcons supposed to do? TJ Watt, like, he was even better than Adrian Hutchinson in terms of the production overall. Mika, 7 tackles. I mean, he was really good overall. Peyton Wilson was a missile. I mean, this defense was just really, really good, really opportunistic. And the front 7 just completely dominated this game. The Falcons' O-line was terrible. I don't think it was, again, more them being bad or the Steelers took it over. But they didn't really do any sort of, like, thing to, like, really help out Kirk Cousins, who was not good in his own right, but, like, yeah, he didn't really have much of a chance to start this one off either. The running game, I mean, it was kind of just there. They didn't really run the ball at all, which I think was a big issue. I mean, they tried it with Bijan, but, like, Tyler Hodges had to get a couple more carries. It just didn't really work out that way. And receiving-wise, no one made any plays. Drake London, 2 catches, 15 yards, was completely irrelevant. Yes, Kyle Pitts caught a touchdown, so I'm going to kind of excuse him. But, yeah, Raylan McLeod, again, he was their best receiver, and that just can't happen. And when it comes down to it, guys, this offense just was completely out of it, and they really didn't have, like, they looked helpless at times, and that's, like, the worst thing to be. Defensively, honestly, when you hold a team without a touchdown, yes, they did get the ball ran down them a little bit. Yes, the pass wasn't great overall, but, yeah, McGrady Jarrett won off sacks. Matt Judon was pretty good with this team. I mean, the secondary was really good overall. I mean, they had some leaky points, obviously, but it wasn't like, again, when you hold a team without a touchdown, you can't really complain about how they played. So, I'm just going to stick it at that. Young Oku had a field goal as well. Stats-wise, yes, I think the Steelers, they didn't even have, they still had more yards. The rushing game, I think, definitely helped them out a lot, but, like, when it comes down to it, guys, they did the ball a lot longer. Yes, 3 turnovers by the Falcons was huge as well, but, again, the defense did enough to win this football game, and, again, the efficiency wasn't good. Very weird game, obviously, but, hell, Steelers are 1-0. I hope they get just absolutely stomped on next week against the Broncos. Probably not going to happen, though. And then, obviously, the good start to get out 2-0, honestly, with them. Falcons probably be 0-2. Eagles looked really good when we, what is called in Sao Paulo, I guess, kind of. Maybe the Falcons offense can actually do something next week. But that is all I got for this game, guys. Let's get into our later window games, obviously starting out with Bo Nix's debut.
It is one of the great venues in the NFL, Lumen Field.
Geno fakes the handoff, steps up again, contact to the throw, and that's picked. Alex Singleton
Really likes his young football team.
35-yard attempt after the penalty, and Lutz is perfect. Jason Myers on to attempt what is a 50-yard field goal. Operation sound. Camp with that hamstring injury, getting his first live snaps in this defense. Knicks off his back foot towards the end zone, and it is picked.
Holding, offense, number 75. The foul occurred in the end zone by rule, except for this foul results in a safety.
For the punt return, he muffs it. Football is still loose. Who's got it? Inside the 10. Wow. So Lutz hitting earlier from 35. This kick is good from 30 as he begins year 10 in the NFL. Still a home run hitter. Smith showing the wheels. Smith still going. Geno in. Touchdown.
To get some breathing room.
Last time they were down here, it ended with a safety. Boy, Charbonnet, did he get out?
I don't think so.
No signal yet.
The ball may hit.
Michael Fabroni is the long snapper. Riley Dixon, the holder. And once able to find that edge and get to the sideline is when he breaks off those big runs. Walker's starting to lead on this defense. Walker breaking free. Touchdown.
Read those keys and make the play.
Knicks on third down. That pass. Let's see what the officials mark here. Was it a catch? Stole the long snapper. Michael Dixon, headlined by Geno Smith, is suddenly rolling. Smith has a man wide open in Charbonnet, and a Sunday stroll into the end zone. 35 left, they're down 13. Knicks has all day, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Woolen. In the red zone, Knicks evades the sack. Knicks the fake, another fake, and he spins into the end zone for the Denver touchdown.
And the Seahawks were able to hold on and obviously knock off the Broncos in week 1 in what was, I guess, it was a very weird game overall. But defensively, the Seahawks really stepped it up and got themselves the W. Of course, they got to go to New England next week, which, again, is not really that great because, again, they're all the way across the country. But that is for another day. The Broncos, again, they got to also go across the country to pit the Steelers. So not an ideal, what is called, road start to the season. I know, they're home, never mind. They're going to look to bounce back. Either way, though, Bo Nix, his pocket presence was non-existent. I talked about Caleb Williams and, like, Joe Burrow were bad. Bo Nix he was fading back every single play. Didn't really go through his progressions really well. Didn't do what Sean Payton wanted him to do. He was actually okay when it comes to like reading that first one. He did get past that usually, but the secondary just was not good. The picks, they were both like, one of them was definitely inexcusable. The first one, I guess still wasn't good. Bo Nix had a really rough debut. He was running for his life most of the time. I'm not saying that like it wasn't exactly that. Again, the Broncos' offensive line was okay. I'm not gonna try to excuse them or anything like that. But Bo Nix didn't really help him out a lot. He was running into it was just a complete mess. And it was not a good debut by him. His yards per attempt was like around 3. Like, if you're gonna drop back, at least throw it downfield. Like, bro, like what the heck was that? But yeah, a lot of underneath safe throws. I don't think they were really open with the playbook from either. But yeah, it was a complete mess. And like, yeah, that one nice touchdown at the end of the game. But like, it's kind of hard to win games when you're just being so inefficient as a passer, and that you just can't have that. It's hard to move the football that way. And Jaleel McLaughlin, Javonte Williams really set up bad. I mean, they just didn't have any sort of downfield pass game at all. And that's just a big issue. Cortland Sutton struggled to get downfield really at all. He made maybe one play catch over like 5 yards. No, more like 10 yards, but you get the point there. Josh Reynolds was, I guess, okay. None of these guys really stepped up at all. That's honestly a big thing, too. I don't think it was all Bo Nix, in my opinion. Like, yeah, he wasn't good by any means. Like, he was actually really bad overall. But none of these receivers really were a threat at all. Yeah, Marvin Mims Jr., like, what the heck was that, bro? Like, you gotta have guys that can at least get downfield and make some plays. Because, yeah, you say Cortland Sutton's that, but, like, he wasn't able to do that this week. And when that happens, is his offense going to really do anything? I don't know. But defensively, they were a little bit, what is called leaky in terms of the run defense. They gave some pretty big holes in those C and B gaps, which, again, I think is going to be an issue for the future. John McDonald's a little bit what is called, concerning that, what is called 3-take. Jonathan Cooper had a really nice blitz sack. Also, again, just straight up speed rush. They got himself a pressure. And also another sack as well. Alex Singleton had 9 tackles and interception. He was really good in coverage. Probably honestly one of his best games as a Bronco. Pat Surtain earned that contract. What is called Jaquan Milnes, very good in the slot. I mean, this defense was actually not really that bad at all. I just think, again, those 2 big plays they gave to the running backs of the backfield were a big issue. It wasn't exactly Alex Singleton. It was, I think it might have been, what is it called? it was one of the safeties in the box that gave one of those two. Zach Allen was okay, I guess. Defensively, again, they weren't exactly bad. I just don't think they made enough difference making plays. I mean, they kind of did. They had 2 safeties. Also, that was actually a big part of this game as well. 2 safeties by the Broncos, which again, what is it called? First time since 2017 the Dolphins did that, I think, against the Broncos. It was like week 13 or something like that. Don't know for sure, but yeah, that was the last time that happened. Will Lutz hit 3 field goals, though. Seahawks-wise, Geno Smith was pretty serviceable overall. 18 of 25, 171 touchdown interception. They had a couple big plays, but again, really wasn't him throwing the ball downfield. I'd like to see that a little bit more next week. Of course, in New England, Kenneth Walker was very good on the ground. 20 carries on 3 yards touchdown. Had a nice 23-yard run. Geno Smith also had a 34-yard electric run. That was crazy. Tyler Lockett, again, he had a very productive game overall for, again, what you're going to expect out of him. JSN was a little bit disappointing. He's actually up in with that game-clinching touchdown run. Or catch and run. DK got locked up by Pat Surtain. You can't really do anything about that. Again, it wasn't his game. They also doubled him in some spots too. It was not, again, what it's called, advantageous position for him. But yeah, offensively, they did what they needed to do, kind of took care of business in a lot of ways. But that O-line, I think, needs to be a little bit better overall if they're going to want to win more games. But yeah, the running game was really nice to see there. Breath of fresh air in a lot of ways as well. Julian Love had a very good game, 12 tackles, interception. He was all over the field. Tyler Dotson, very good game in his debut in Seahawks uniform. The secondary overall was very opportunistic and just all over Bo Nix. They were able to be because, again, there was no downfield passing game. The pressure, they penetrated pretty well overall. I just don't think they really won too much. They didn't really shut off blocks well really at all. But when they get that penetration, again, that secondary is just eating everything up underneath. I mean, you can't really do anything about it. Like, this defense played really well. Team stats, though, obviously, the Seahawks had a pretty good amount of yards. Neither team really was that productive overall, though. 3-to-1 turnover ratio was pretty sloppy game overall. The efficiency on third down really wasn't a big factor in this game as well. I mean, it came down to it again. It was just no really any sort of like big play consistency for that Broncos offense, and it really led to a lot of scrambles, a lot of just straight up crap plays. And when that happens, it's kind of hard to win games. 3.3 yards per play will not get you far in the NFL, guys. Expect a similar game from this Broncos offense if they're able to step it up next week against the Steelers.
He's the kid with the golden arm, Justin Herbert, about to embark on a whole new era in Charger land under the direction of Jim Harbaugh.
Scott's the holder. Here's Dicker. Wow. This kid's got some leg. It's good. One start. 1st and 10. Sets up screen. Addison. Oh, able to hurdle through it all and take it home for the touchdown. First down. Ball came out of his hand. That is a fumble. And it is scooped up. No. Now it's picked up. Still on his feet is Mack. Kick is good. That's the first time we had anybody. And set for it. Dobbins slips through it. He's got an open lane. Dobbins is taken off. Dobbins inside the 10 and down to the 5. The chip shot field goal, 24 yards for the lead. His 3rd of the game. Here's White, working up ahead, Stevie, but he lost the football, and it's recovered by the Chargers. Down the middle and almost intercepted. Did he get it? Did he get a hand on it before it hit the ground? Last year. Carlson's kick needs some help. Not going to do it. Mr. Ryan. Oh, the Raiders are offside. They got a free play here. That's Dobbins taking it home for the touchdown. Locking a fullback position. Dobbins springs free and goes. Dobbins on a foot race. They're going to catch him at about the 12-yard line.
The aggressive approach.
McConkey sidesteps, got a first down. He's in the end zone. The rookie scores.
And the Chargers did pull off a pretty impressive win overall. It was definitely decisive. I mean, defensively, they just were completely all over that Raiders offense in a lot of ways. Yes, they were a little bit stingy in a little bit of ways, like again, Raiders offensively, again, in some of those release packages they got. But the Chargers definitely did a really good job at making it hard on Devontae Adams to again consistently get open. That was really what they had to do because the Raiders made up a lot of mistakes by themselves. But yeah, John Harbaugh, of course, in his debut got the win. It'll be a little bit harder. No, I'm joking. They're playing the Panthers next week. The Chargers should be 2-0, honestly. Raiders, it's a little tough. They have to go to Baltimore, so yeah, 0-2 is probably on the horizon. Either way, though, Gardner Minshew, I think, was fine. He made a lot of good reads. I mean, he was going through, ripping through a lot of them. The interception really wasn't his fault. When it came down to it, though, none of these receivers really stepped up in terms of, getting downfield. And yeah, Joe Perez had that one really nice play, but outside of that, it just really wasn't there. Running game was completely non-existent. That O-line really did struggle. Alexander Madison, I can't dog on him too much. He, of course, did that one big 31-yard touchdown, which, of course, was their only one touchdown in the game. So, he did out of that play. So, I got to give him that. But the running game, it's not there right now. Again, it was a concern coming into the year. Probably will still be one. I thought that maybe it could be good, but the talent is just really not there. Devontae Adams got like quadruple team to him and Devontae Jr. were going at it all game. Still figured out a way to get 5 catches and 59 yards, though. Brock Bowers a little bit disappointing in his debut. And outside of that, I mean, guys, no one really stepped up. No big plays, and you kind of need that after this Raiders offense. Again, Gardner Minshew didn't really play that bad. Yeah, again, he missed some plays, but like they could have definitely been a lot better. Defensively, I'm not going to complain too much. It was just the fact, again, this run defense really just could not, penetrate up front. Again, it was a lot of those second level guys having to make plays. Christian Wilkins was somewhat decent. Max Crosby had the sack, yes, but his run stopper just really wasn't great. And they also give a lot of big runs like at the second level. It was not good. They have a lot, again, the B gap was just completely open. They got out-leveraged a lot. It was not good for this defense. Of course, for the Chargers, Justin Herbert was pretty serviceable, 17-26, 140 yards, 4 yards, and a touchdown. Jacob Dobbins obviously had the 2 long runs. One was like at 63 yards, one was like 50-something yards, of course, with the touchdown as well. Massive game for him. Nice to see him back and healthy. Gus Edwards was not good, but yeah, hey, Jacob Dobbins having another game like that would be great. Eli McConkey obviously that amazing touchdown. But outside of that, this offense really, again, was just Jacob Dobbins run, a couple big runs, and yeah, they did enough to win this football game. But defensively, again, this is really where I want to focus on it. The secondary did a really good job of keeping everything in front of them. Obviously, Devontae Adams was a big focus point. They did a good job covering him. The edge rushers won a lot of penetration, a lot of, again, winning with speed over power, and then they have to use power a lot. Of course, Khalil Mack had that 1.5 sacks for a reason. Putting forward the interception, obviously. Morgan Fox, consistent pressure. Dan Henley was very good in coverage. This defense really did play well overall collectively, and that's something we're really not used to seeing. The fact they're really getting against the run was also really nice to see. John Harbaugh is going to keep this group in check, and that's really big for this team. Of course, Dicker, the kicker, also had 3 field goals. Can't forget about that. Team stats-wise, again, pretty similar in yardage-wise. Again, the 176 yards for the Chargers really helped them out in this one. 3-0 turnover ratio as well. Obviously, the Raiders' second fumble was really bad. But when it came down to it, again, they were a cleaner football team, played better football, and yeah, they got the 2-score win. Good job, Chargers. Good job, Jim Harbaugh on your debut. Now let's get to the later games. First one, obviously, being Jaden Daniels' debut.
Welcome to NFL Kickoff Weekend, presented by YouTube TV. And we kick off our season in Tampa, Florida. It is balmy.
Commanders rush 4. Mayfield targeting the sideline off the fingertips of Jalen McMillan. The snap is good. The hold is good. McLaughlin, the accurate, looking for his second field goal of the day. This one from 34. And he's 2 for 2 in this young season. Issue in Washington that dates back to about 2021. Can he be the guy? York's field goal is no good. Mayfield looks left all the way. Single coverage, one-on-one. Oh, what a catch! Mike Evans! Robinson churning towards the goal line. Winfield trying to hold him out, but he can't. Touchdown!
A color right in your face, and it just made him throw the ball quick into the back.
Laughlin looking for his 3rd field goal of the first half, 47. This from 56. And the kick by York sails wide right. 1st and goal from the 4. Mayfield to the end zone. Godwin stretches it across for the touchdown. Back at it, Daniels with the keep and his first touchdown in the National Football League. Jaden Daniels. Mayfield with pressure up the middle, floating it out. He's got him wide open. It's Jalen McMillan. His first catch, his first touchdown. Mayfield to throw. Pocket collapsing. Mayfield in trouble, able to get away. How did he escape? Baker Mayfield down at the 10. Mayfield to the air, to the end zone, to Evans for the touchdown. Daniels on the run again, and Daniels will back in. There's his 2nd career touchdown.
And it was a debut that was spoiled, of course, with the Bucs getting a pretty decisive, I wouldn't call it a blowout win. Yeah, it was basically a blowout. The Bucs controlled most of the game. But the Commanders at least put up somewhat of a fight in this one. But obviously the biggest takeaway, Jaden Daniels' debut was pretty good overall. Yeah, downfield wasn't really a big part of his game, but for all the quarterbacks who, of course, debuted this game, he was the best one overall. 17 of 24, 184 yards. Yeah, part of that was garbage time. Did run for 2 touchdowns on 88 yards and 16 carries. Was a little bit better with his sliding. Doesn't really know how to slide, though. I'll tell you that right now. Did not look like that at all. The running game outside that was completely non-existent. Brian Robinson Jr. obviously did make some plays as a receiver. So did Austin Eckler. But that leads us to the biggest issue with this offense. Zach Ertz was their probably most effective receiver this game. And that just is, it's not sustainable at all. Luke McCaffrey, they gave him some opportunities. He's just really not there. And, I mean, outside of that, I mean, Terry McLaurin just got completely shut down. Wasn't really a part of their offense either. Him and Jaden Daniels really have to get on a good, consistent basis, because if they're not able to do that, this offense will really struggle to move the football consistently. And what does happen, put a lot of pressure on that defense that simply just isn't that talented. The secondary, Mike Sanders showed a little bit of a rough debut. He gave some pretty big plays. In terms of, again, the coverage. Mid of fours was not good. I will say this, he tackled a little bit better than we saw last year, which was good to see, but in coverage, still pretty much the same guy. The pass rush was completely non-existent. The interior got, like, triple teamed at times. It was just completely, like, mess up in there. But I will say this, they did do a decent job against the run. Like, the integrity was pretty good there. Bobby Wagner and Frankie Louvu did do a good job there, but the coverage just really wasn't up to par, and then that came down to it. Just really can't, do anything about that. Benjamin St. Juste, I will say that I really respected how he played. The touchdown he gave to Mike Evans, I mean, can't really do anything about that. That was perfect coverage. Like, right, yeah, it's one play. But outside of that, this defense really struggled. Hey, York also should get caught. He was terrible. You can't have missing those kicks. I mean, one of them was pretty far out, but, like, come on, guys. Baker, he cooked, or baked. Definitely went to the Cheesecake Factory after this one. 24 of 30, though, 289, 4 touchdowns. Obviously, so far this week, we still got Monday Night Football to go. But he's thrown the most touchdowns this week, obviously 4 on the day. Buggy Irving had some nice runs, pretty explosive overall. Rashad White was non-existent there, but he was the second leading receiver at 6 catches for 75 yards. Chris Godwin was also very efficient, 8 catches, 83 yards, and a touchdown. Mike Evans had 2 touchdowns as well. Of course, one was the top play of the week, 5 catches, as well as 32 yards to go along with that. Jalen McMillan might have dropped 1 touchdown. Of course, he made up with that 32-yarder as well. Trey Palmer also made a nice catch. He also probably dropped a touchdown as well. But yeah, Baker cooked up, and yeah, they did their thing on offense. I mean, the offensive line looked a lot better too. The interior, not so much, but it did sustain blocks and passing. Passing game overall. That's gonna go a long way, obviously. But defensively, a lot of heavy blitzes. That might not be sustainable, but it really freed up those guys off the edge, and they all did a really good job overall, in my opinion. Pretty consistent pressure. Levante David was a big guy in coverage, played a lot of man against those, Commander slot guys did a lot of work there. Jamel Dean really didn't have to do much in this game, but he was pretty good coverage. Jordan Whitehead and Antoine Winfield Jr., very, very good duo back there. They might be the best safety duo in the NFL when it comes down to it this year. But overall, this defense did a really good job. I'm not really complaining all how they played. They could definitely did a little bit better job in quarterback contained, but Chase McLaughlin hitting 3 field goals as well. That defense did really well. But team stats, though, Bucs outgained him by nearly 100 yards. Pretty simple there. The Commanders did run the ball a lot with Jaden Daniels doing a lot of the work there. No turnovers in this game, which is a little bit weird. But, yeah, again, the Bucs are just a better team. They showed it in this one. So, yeah, that's all I got for you one. Of course, the Bucs do go to Detroit next week. I think they're going to win. But that's all I got for you guys there. Now, the Commanders will play the Giants, and I do think they'll be able to win that one. They definitely showed a little more life than they did. Either way, that's all I got for this game, guys. Let's get to America's Game of the Week.
It is America's Game of the Week on a gorgeous Sunday afternoon from Cleveland, and a beauty in this week 1. The NFL on Fox is back with the Cowboys. First and long, Prescott to throw. Pressure, he is decked. Dalvin Tomlinson flying through the middle. And Hopkins drills it. It is good. 3rd and 5, pressure right in Prescott's face, letting it go. He got it there for the touchdown. It's caught by Brandon Cooks.
Struggled, keep people out of the red zone once they got in.
Elliott's going to be in the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. Aubrey gets into it. It is up, and it is good. Watson tipped in the air, and that's intercepted by Kendricks. An easy one for this Dallas D. And he drills it. Turpin. Racing up the middle. Kavontae Turpin needs one more block. He's got it. And he goes for the touchdown. For the Browns, 2nd and goal. And it's Watson. And outside it is caught. Touchdown. Jerry Jeudy. And Aubrey. Oh, he drew it in there. Wow. It's Aubrey from 46 yards out, and that is up and good. He's had a great day. Watson, far side, and that is intercepted. Trayvon Diggs Diggs has his first since the ACL surgery.
Cover it all for you. And Ford is going to get in for the touchdown.
And yes, the Cowboys, I mean, I picked the Browns. Probably a stupid move at this point, now that I think about it. But the Cowboys just completely, like, blitzed the Browns to a dominating 33-17 win. It was a blowout. Obviously, they were up by 24 points at one point. Of course, they were up 33-10 with like a minute to go. The Cowboys really looked strong in this game. Obviously, a lot of big plays, really well-rounded win overall. Of course, Dak proved why he got that massive contract. Very stable overall. Rarely made a couple mistakes. Yes, he wasn't great under pressure. Like, that's probably the one thing I'd say about him. But didn't make any mistakes. Took the big throws that he was giving to him. Didn't miss anyone either. I mean, solid day by Dak Prescott. Running game, again, not very efficient, but you kind of got to expect that. Zeke did look pretty good. You had a nice hurdle, a nice touchdown, nice youthful Zeke to begin the season. That's what we like to see. But yeah, they play the Saints next week in their home opener. CeeDee Lamb, did look like route tree was very limited. Nothing really like ridiculous in terms of, again, like the lateral movement. But he did have 5 catches for 61 yards. Of course, the highlight was that one catch down the sideline. Brandon Cooks obviously was wide open that one touchdown. Hunter Lubicki also was a pretty effective guy overall in terms of the physicality of this offense. Not too much yards. Didn't really move the ball too much, but very sustainable running game. They did what they needed to do. Obviously, they were on top of this defense that had a really good game. They had like 6 sacks, something like that. 2 interceptions. The secondary was really all over the place, but it worked out in a lot of ways for them. Kalen Carson was very impressive in his debut there. Michael Parsons obviously was just a menace as usual. DeMarvin Overshown, they really put him in, and he really played well. Eric Kendricks, obviously, with a massive game. Probably got Defensive Player of the Week. 9 tackles, 2 sacks, and an interception. Can't really argue with that. DeMarcus Lawrence had a rare multi-sack game with 5 tackles as well. He got a lot of pressure in this one. Not really clean up either, because him and Michael were just winning consistently on those 2 tackles. Trayvon, 5 tackles and interception. First interception since the ACL injury. Of course, Oso Odigizua, 3 tackles. Yes, the secondary wasn't at full health, but they still looked pretty good overall. Where is he? Malik Hooker was very, very good over the top. They didn't really get any sort of opportunities there, which was really good to see. Brent Aubrey would line up, hit a 66-yarder. Of course, was caught off, but, I mean, that guy's a beast. Obviously, Fonte Turbin had the 60-yard return too, for a touchdown. Deshaun Watson, I just look at his first half, chart. Of course, the Next Gen, I think it was someone over at Next Gen Stats posted it at halftime, and it was just awful. 4 of 11, like 5 yards and a pick. Deshaun Watson, he's terrible. He was awful in this game. I mean, outside the pocket, like he's been the worst, least productive quarterback outside the pocket since becoming a member of the Browns, and that continued. And this one, missed a lot of easy throws, the interceptions. I mean, they really weren't. But one of them was tipped. The other one was a drop pass when it came down to it. So the interception Roto I'm issue with, it was just he didn't throw it down the field really at all, and also didn't really look like anything what they needed him to be. And the running game was not good either. This offense just was a complete mess. Schematically, it wasn't the problem. It was just none of these guys executed well at all. Jerry Jeudy did get open pretty consistently, but again, him and Deshaun Watson were not on the same play. The O-line was not good in this game at all. It was not just a complete mess on offense, and I really think if they don't figure it out next week, they could have a similar outcome. Maybe not getting blown out, but similar outcome in the fact they lose. Defensively, a lot of coverage busts. It wasn't exactly that the guys, especially in man coverage, it was just they missed a lot of missed assignments. The linebackers just, again, JOK, 9 tackles, just a little bit of an off game. Juan Thornhill looked like really bad. I mean, he was playing a lot of tough spots, though. I'll give him that, though. Martin Jr. was okay, not great. Jordan Hicks was okay, not great. Grant Delpit, rough game. Zadarius Smith, Myles Garrett did a decent job. They kind of got taken out at some points, though. Dalvin Tomlinson, obviously the big sack at the beginning of the game. Greg Newsome was not good. Denzel Ward, not his day. I mean, they just weren't affecting the game the right way. And again, it wasn't the same Browns defense we're seeing. Again, a lot of miscues. They definitely got to step it up. It was just week 1 though, so I'm not gonna get too mad on them or too hard on them. But yeah, came down to Deshaun Watson, stunk it up. Those 2 interceptions were very crucial. Obviously, they weren't really his fault, but a lot of big mistakes for the Browns. Again, just like kind of like unforced errors, and that does happen. It's hard to win games. They just gotta get the fundamentals done. They're able to do that. I don't really think this game will be too much of a blip on the radar. But hey, Dak earned his contract, and the Cowboys start out 1-0. Good job. Tom Brady's obviously debut. I'd probably give him a B. He did a decent job overall. Again, it being a blowout didn't really help him, but that's all I got for this one. Now let's get to my game. Obviously, that being Sunday Night Football.
Harry Underwood is rocking, and so is downtown Detroit, like it did last year in the playoffs. They do, and Stafford waits, fires, and it's broken up at the last second. The 1. They'll turn it, give it. It is Gibbs inside, turning and twisting. Let the ball go at the goal line. They play clock. Off in time. First and goal from the 1. It is Montgomery. It is a Detroit Lions overtime win.
I mean, I'm not even mad that we lost this game. I mean, again, I'm a little disappointed. You're never going to be, like, happy when your team loses, but this is the best loss. Honestly, this is the best, like, overall, like, effort I've ever seen the Rams have, because they were down 17-3 in, like, the third quarter. They ended up coming back, but they could have rolled over and died, and no one really would have cared because, I mean, like, everyone was injured on that O-line. But they said, hell with that. We're going to actually try to win this one. They should have. They outplayed the Lions in this one. Obviously, the Lions being the best team in the NFC, in my opinion, right now. I haven't seen the Niners play it, so I don't really care. The Lions didn't really play that well overall, too. They had a lot of missed opportunities, but obviously, came down to it. They won that, what is it called? The Rams are going to get that, what is called, first down that last drive. Also, again, they didn't get to touch the football again, obviously, too. Also, Kobe Durant, I mean, you saw the play. Like, that would have been the game. It was such a good play. Like, it would have capped off, like, an amazing night by him, but, oh, my God, he made that play. Either way, though, the biggest things with the Rams, Puka's probably going to be out until the bye, which is not ideal at all. I mean, the Cooper Kupp's going to have to carry, honestly. Like, back to, like postseason 2021 for him, where he was, like, the entire offense. Probably going to be back to that. And it's really just, honestly, unless his O-line, the O-line's in shambles, too. The only healthy guys we know confirmed right now are Jonah Jackson, Bo Limmer, who's a rookie, A.J. Curry, who's not even technically on the roster, and, what's his name? The dude, what's his name? Logan Bruss. He's another guy who was a bust pick from like 3 years ago. But those are 4 healthy offensive linemen. All the starters, 4 of the Rams starters are all injured right now, or can't play. Obviously, that one being Alec Jackson. But the Rams' offensive line is in shambles, and I would be surprised if they have maybe at the most. I'd be surprised if 3 of their guys are starting next week. 2, I can see it, but this Rams offensive line is going to have to like really piece itself together next week, and it's not sustainable to say the least. Like, this is just like a worst case scenario, but it would have been huge if we somehow won this game. But we outplayed them, and I'm really happy with how they played overall too, because I did not expect this to happen. We'll get to the reason they were even in the game in the first place. But for Detroit, I mean, got to play better next week, because I'm telling you, this Bucs offense is going to come in here, and they're going to put up 40 on you guys if you're not ready, because it wasn't good. Matt Stafford was fantastic. I don't care what you said about the interception. Yeah, that wasn't good, but he carried the offense outside of that, guys. He made chicken salad out of chicken crap. He made a guy like Tyler Johnson stepped up, obviously the 63-yard catch and run, but Matthew Stafford won us this. Didn't win the game, obviously, but Matthew Stafford again. If we did not have Matthew Stafford this season, like, we would be freaking screwed. He is our team right now. The running game kind of had some decent runs to begin, but again, when it came down to the offensive line again, was in shambles, and he couldn't really do anything. So I'm not going to really put it on him. And they also got a lot of like short yardage carries too. But yeah, not a great game to begin the season, but like we'll figure it out later when the offensive line gets all pieced together in some form or another. Cooper Kupp, 40 catches, 110 yards, touchdown. He was, again, like the quadruple team the entire game. He made an insane catch on the sideline. He was doing his thing, and he also was getting like quadruple cover, like I said before. So it's going to take a lot. It's like, it feels like 2022 where Cooper Kupp was the entire offense, but like there's still hope because, again, as injured as we are right now, we actually have a defense this time. This defense was awesome last night. I mean, the young guys getting pressure very, very consistently. Really, only gripe I have was, again, them being gassed at the end of the game would probably be the only one. Omar Speights didn't even start, right? Yeah, he didn't even start. Where is he? Where even is our... Oh, they said, like, friggin' Troy Reader's going to start, and Christian Rosen, too. They did a great job in coverage overall. Yes, Tre'Davious White gave that touchdown to, what is it called? Jameson Williams. Outside of that, he looked like 2019 Tre'Davious White. I'm telling you right now. That's how good he looked. Kobe Durant was fantastic. Big bounce back game from after a rough last season. John Johnson obviously had the big interception. This Rams defense was super opportunistic. They looked really good. They had that swagger too and super confidence. They're able to play like this every week with that same intensity. I'm actually really happy with how this group played. Again, they're going to really have to lean on these guys as well. These young guys, they're going to really have to step it up. This defense has to like all play together. But Bobby Brown, Jared Verse, Brian Young, and Braden Fisk. This is what is going to make this defense run. Yeah, they were gassed in the game. That's why they lost. That's not the reason they lost, but they were gassed in the game. That's why the Lions drove them to the field. But outside of that, they shut them down overall. I mean, this is a really good Rams defense right now, and I'm really excited with them in the future. Again, if they continue to play like this, huge. Lions. Jared Goff was not great in this game. Of course, he had the touchdown throughout interception, but he didn't do enough to win this football game, and I really think he got outplayed in a lot of ways by that Rams defense. Like, really didn't play that well. David Montgomery, I mean, it was that last year they got this yards per carry up. Again, Jahmyr Gibbs was holding the check really well. The Rams defense did a fantastic job in this game. Just ran out of gas, like Chris Collinsworth said. James Williams did break a game, 5 catches, 120 yards, touchdown. A lot of it was scheme, but again, you can't teach speed, so you're just going to take what you can get with him. Amon St. Brown got shut down by Tre'Davious White. I mean, there's no way around it. Yeah, not a great week 1 for him. Defensively, Alex Anzalone was really good. He was a big playmaker early. They're both rookie corners for them, of course, that being Ennis Rakestraw Jr. Didn't really get too much, and specifically turning on, really struggled in this game. But, again, this defense, the secondary just isn't on the same page. They can't really play blended man coverage and even zone in a lot of ways, and that's just going to... I don't know if this defense is good enough. Aiden Hutchinson had a field day, of course, on AGR Curry's down. I mean, he was just literally, just throwing at him. He didn't even care with Aiden Hutchinson. It was crazy how good he played. But... yeah, that's really all I got for the Lions defense. A lot of concerns in that secondary. Team stats. The Rams outgained them. I mean, they should have won this football game, guys. It was simple as that. But I can't really say shoulda, woulda, coulda. Win next week. But that's how this game's gonna go. Bucs are gonna hang up 40 on the Lions next week. There's a prediction there. But that is all I got for the Week 1 NFL recap. Again, put suggestions in the comments down below. There will be no sound effects, no kicks, crap like that next week because my computer almost crashed. That is all I got for you guys there. Yeah, my Rams, tough loss, I guess. See you for the Monday Night Football recap tomorrow. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your night.
A lot to ask. Mitch Jeter. And that's blocked at the line of scrimmage. And the Huskies are celebrating the biggest upset in their school's history.